A very special Middle Country Public Library podcast episode coming up next. We are here with Suffolk County Legislator Nick Caracappa. Well, hello and welcome to the Middle Country Public Library podcast. I'm Sal DiVincenzo here in the studio with our very own County Legislator Nick Caracappa from the fourth district. Is that how they say it?
The fourth legislative district.
Fourth legislative district. So you cover Selden. Definitely Selden, right?
All of Selden, all of Farmingville. I have now, with the line changes, I lost a lot of my friends in Center Reach, but I still have a decent portion of Center Reach, including Middle Country Library, because we have both Center Reach and Selden. I also picked up more of Quorum for the first time in the 4th LD. We are actually into the Medford area south of the expressway. Yeah, we never, even way back when my mom was in the legislature, they never went that far. And we went north. We went into Port Jeff Station, bordering on Miller Place now. So with the new lines that happened this past January, I inherited, 3 wonderful new communities, which means 3 more libraries, 3 more school districts, 3 more fire departments and ambulance companies, and and all the constituents and businesses that go with it. So
yeah, that's great. And you grew up here in Selden.
I did. I grew up here, born and raised here. I raised my family here. Very involved. And I learned that I get that from my mother Rose, and somewhere along the lines, everything she did when she was legislator and being very active with the PTA and the civics back then, the Republican clubs, somewhere along the line it must have resonated with me. I particularly remember one time when we were in the supermarket. I think it was King Cohen way back in the day in Selden, if you remember. And someone came up to her, and this happened over and over again. But it was this particular time when this person was very emotional, and she just said, Rose Caracappa, you really helped my mom, my dad, and I can't thank you. She's hugging my mom. I'm looking up. I'm like, my mom's like a superhero here, And then that was the beginning for me. And then I started tailing with her, to some of these meetings where she would bring me along because she didn't want me home alone. I'd go kicking and screaming to the point where I was, are we going tonight? Are we having? So yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it. I enjoy my time in office. Sort of a second life for me.
Okay.
After my career with the Suffolk County Water Authority, I was there for 34 years. I was president of the local there for just about 15 years. And great people, great organization, great company. And when it was time for the leave there, this opportunity came up due to the unfortunate untimely passing of my good friend Tom Moratori. May he rest in peace. He was great here in the 4th. And he preceded my brother, Joseph, who preceded my mother. So it's kind of a family business.
Family business going on there. Yeah, absolutely.
But I got to say, we've all made our marks in different ways here. We care for our communities. Our families are here. So and I say this all the time, people who come to the civics and wherever they hear me speak, I will say, if I fail your family, I fail my family. Yeah. And that's really not an option.
No.
So, we're all in this together. As long as I know my community has my back, I've got their back all the way.
Absolutely. Now, excuse my ignorance, but what does a county legislator do? What's your typical day like? I know you're all over the place because we see all over the place, but what's your typical day like? What would you be doing?
Well, let's get down to the basics for those who are listening. The 3 branches of government: the executive, the legislative, and judicial. So I'm in the legislative branch. And as you know, we have a new county executive, Ed Romaine. He came in January, and things have been moving fast forward ever since. The legislature's had a majority on the Republican conservative side for about 3 years now. And we work collectively. I bring that up, and I also want to mention that though there is a minority and majority caucus, we work together in the county so well. We may not agree on everything, but it's nothing like Albany politics.
Yeah.
It's nothing like federal politics. We actually like to get things done for our communities, for our constituents, for our residents. So what we do is, to answer you the long way around, the answer to your question is, we come up with laws. We're lawmakers. We can amend laws. We can improve laws. We create laws. I'll give you an example. My first law that I created on the books of Suffolk County, just a common sense law. People were shaking their heads. They couldn't believe it was a law already. So if there was an accident on one of our roadways, and it doesn't matter what roadway, as long as there was pieces of vehicles left over, the tow truck company would come, pick up the vehicle, and leave
The garbage.
glass, leave mirrors, they leave bumpers, entire bumpers. And that's just dangerous. That's just, not only is it unsightly and unnecessary, but it's dangerous. If another car comes by, clips this thing, it sends it up flying. It's bad for our pedestrians, our joggers, our bicyclists. It's just, if you're going to come, if you're going to be contracting, get paid to pick up the car, pick up the entire car,
Sure.
pieces and all.
Exactly.
So that was my first piece of legislation. I believe in common sense legislation. I think it's going to enhance the quality of life for our community, and it's not already being done, then we have to do it. And if it's already on the books and not being enforced, it's time to take a better look at it.
Yeah.
Why isn't it being enforced? And that's one of the things that we are doing now in the county with the new county executive and the legislature. County executive comes to the legislature with proposals. We have to approve it. We have to approve the spending, the money lines for it, and the budget. So we are replacing now many positions within DSS, CPS, which is Child Protective Services, as you know. We are putting more police officers, corrections officers, sheriffs, probation officers back into the system that were cut so thin that not only were these officers being extended well beyond too much overtime, too many working hours, too much time away from their families, that becomes a mental health issue, and it becomes a safety issue. And now on two fronts, safety for our communities and safety for their own well-being. So what we've done now, we took a big look at everything that was budgeted over the years by the past administration. Now, and I say this because it's true. Now, there were a lot of positions that were budgeted over the years. That means you and I, the taxpayer of Suffolk County, paid for these positions, but they were never filled. That money that was allocated for those positions went to different lines, and that's not right. That's not right. So we are correcting the wrongs in Suffolk County. We are more fiscally responsible under the new leadership. Our bond rating has increased, which lowers our interest, which saves because we go into a lot of bonds. Everything we do infrastructure-wise, we take out bonds, and that's interest. And when you have a better interest rate, for all you listening at home for the financial part, when you have a better bond rating, a better credit rating per se, your interest rates are lower. And when we're dealing with hundreds of millions of dollars, we're saving tens of millions of dollars. Yes. So a long way around the answer. We create laws, we amend laws, and we look out. We also sit on. We have many different committees. If you take a look at our committee week, I sit on 5. I chair 2 of them. I chair Public Works, Transportation, and Energy. I chair our Veterans Committee. I also sit on EPA, Environmental Parks, Agriculture. I sit on Labor, Consumer Affairs, and Economic Development and Planning. These are major committees. These are everything from development in our communities to ensuring that the contractors that we here are above board, are licensed properly, to ensuring our parklands are protected. We are purchasing open space. Suffolk County is very active in protecting our coastal waterways and our aquifer, which is the sole source of our drinking water right below our feet. So we're very into environmental protection. We're very much into economic development, not overdevelopment, folks. No one wants that. No one wants to turn Suffolk County into Queens. No one wants that. But we have issues. We have needs. We need to have more housing, affordable housing. And this is not Section 8 housing I'm talking about. The legislation that I proposed and passed unanimously was for if you're going to get subsidies from Suffolk County, either the IDA or through our affordable housing units, or even if you're going to hook up to public sewers now, we have to have a return on that investment. The return on that investment prior to my legislation was approximately 120 to 130% AMI, which is average median income. And that does not fly in our communities. That's still, for a one-bedroom apartment, that's somewhere around $3,200. If you're going to get a two-bedroom apartment, you're looking at $3,600 to $4,200. How is that affordable?
It's crazy.
So now with my legislation, you have to set aside a certain amount of units, 15% of the units at 80% AMI, which is affordable. That means that same one-bedroom apartment is now $2,200 a month.
Oh, nice.
Right, a two-bedroom apartment is $26,000 to maybe $3,000.
Yeah.
And so the goal behind that, it's economics 101, supply and demand. Had we done this 20 years ago with all the development we had, those affordable, true affordable housing units would have been much up there. But right now we've created well over 44 of those units, and with the projects in the pipeline right now. We're going to be up over 100 units in a very short time.
Excellent.
And listen, it's a starting line. It's nowhere near where we need to be, but the goal is to keep our youth here. And our seniors. We want to keep our families together here in Suffolk County.
Absolutely.
You know, we raise our kids here, we educate them here, right? And then they have to leave for opportunities in other states, and that's a shame. We have to give them opportunities here. Put their talents to work here, stay here with our families, and that goes for our seniors too. So, you know, we're trying our best here to put forward common sense legislation that positively affects our communities and the quality of life that we all have to, you know, that we all want and deserve, sure. Actually.
Yeah. So speaking of the community, you're out there. I see you online. I see you're out there. You know, you're always out there. When you're connecting with our community members and your constituents, what is their primary, like, what's the most common thing that people are coming up to you and saying, hey, Nick, how do you help me with this? Or what's going on with this? What's the common thing?
It depends on the communities. It actually does. Bottom line, it's too expensive to live here. I mean, that would be the most common answer. What are we doing? I just address some things that we are doing. But our roadways, and it doesn't matter what roadway it is. They don't want to hear. No one wants to hear, well, that's a town road. Well, that's a state road. That's a county road. It's not my problem. No, it's all our problems. And we work very well here in Suffolk County. My staff, who I got my chief of staff, Leah Fitzpatrick, sitting to my left here. She is dynamic, awesome, and so is the rest of my staff. I don't want to leave them out. Tabitha Fajardo and Ricky Stafford, even our interns. We work with every one of our constituents. If you call our office, we will point you in the right direction. We will get the ball rolling for you, actually. We won't just say, hey, here's a number, call this number. No. We're going to reach out first, make sure they have the story, see who's going to be the best person to help you out, and then we'll get you on your way. I can't tell you how many success stories we've had in our office. It's phenomenal what my staff does, what our office does. Constituent services is probably our number one thing. It's what we do daily and every single day. So, and then, you know, aside from, we got rid of the red light cameras. That was a big thing for years.
My goodness. I keep forgetting they're not there anymore.
No, doesn't mean you can't be safe.
I'm safe, but I'm just saying, it's going to get, I'm not going to do something wrong.
You don't have to worry. Please stop locking up on your brakes at the sign of a yellow light, folks. That's how, rear end accidents happen. We have the data that proves a lot of these intersections, a lot of these roadways caused more accidents than they did prevent them. So that's the main reason we got rid of them. Not just that, but people were on to, this was a revenue grab, and that's not the way we do it. We could find revenue in other places. We don't need to, find a hidden tax for our residents. So again, we do what's right. We feel is right. That's why we've been elected to office, to right the wrongs and to recognize how we can improve things. And that's our main function. That's what we do. And I love being out in the community. You mentioned it. If you look at my social media page. Yeah,
you're all over the place. It's like, how is he there in the morning and there in the afternoon?
Oh, yeah. Sunday was a great day. This past Sunday, we started off with the, I participate. I mentioned I was chairman of the Veterans Committee. I'm very big with our veterans. All our veterans out there who served and sacrificed for our country. So I belong to the Suffolk County Veterans Run Series, which includes the Suffolk County Marathon in October. And we started our day off bright and early with the Operation Vest, which is the second run in the run series out of 8. And from there, went home, got my stuff together, went over to the Farmingville Street Fair, and what a day that was. Boy, I tell you, Farmingville with their street fair, what they've been able to accomplish between Ronkonkoma and Farmingville, we have some of the greatest outdoor street fair venues in anywhere I've ever seen. That's I tell you, it rivals anywhere. I promise you that. The music, the food trucks, the vendors, the people, the crowds. It's a family environment. It's a couples environment. It's a friends environment. It's if you're a music fan, if you're a foodie, if you want to do some shopping and get some awesome deals and some awesome merchandise, visit these fairs. I'm telling you, I couldn't push it more. And then wrapped up the night. It was the opening night at the Summer Concert Series at the Catholic Health Amphitheater in Bald Hill in Farmingville.
Nice. Yeah.
That we kicked it off with Kansas and the Outlaws, and what a night! What a night! I thank John Caracappa and JBC Radio for bringing this venue to our community.
And it's big time people playing out there.
It's big time people. Yeah. I'm telling you. I mean, every year, for some reason, this year. It was more difficult. It's not for some reason. It's for a particular reason. Some of the major acts are looking for soft dates. They want to be able to pop up at these festivals where there's no bonuses or requirements to sell a certain amount of tickets, whatever it may be. So they're a little skittish because of the economy. They don't know what's going on with, Dodge and everything else. So everybody's a little skittish. But let me tell you, take note, entertainers. Farmingville is alive and well, and we're ready for you. We come out in droves. The place, even for a little bit of a drizzly night, so well attended. Kansas, the Outlaws, it was a fantastic show. There's food there, there's drinks.
It's a great place.
Yeah, it's such a great place, man. And we got it right here on our backyard.
And how far it's come. When I was a kid, it was, I think it was the ski lodge.
The ski bowl, yes. Now you're going way back.
Yeah, way back. Yeah.
I still saw some pictures online recently. If everybody wants to look up the ski bowl in Farmingville, you won't believe it's the same place. With the chairlifts and everything else.
It's crazy.
It was a fun time. Man. I mean, but we had a lot more snow back then.
Yeah,
we used to actually
that's true.
Snow.
Yeah,
and I remember 4 feet drifts up at the school. We used to actually have real school days. And
exactly, yeah, right.
Now if it sleets a little bit, 2-hour delay. If they only had a clue what we had to do. But no kidding around. What a transition from a ski bowl to what it is now. This day, the stage, the seating, the lawn area is great. And I'm going to be the first to break the news, folks. 4th of July, there's a free show up there. It didn't happen last year, I don't believe, but it's coming back. They're doing it again this year, so keep your ears open for it. Get there early. Get there. Get your parking. Get your location. It's a wonderful show. I believe he uses Grucci for the fireworks.
Oh, nice.
It's a great place to bring the family, see a beautiful show, free of charge. And that's another thing about John. He's a neighborhood guy himself, and he likes giving back to the community as well. So let's show the support for the place and our community. Let's come out and ring in Independence Day together.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds fantastic. Now, you have this laundry list of things that you work on throughout the year. What are you excited about for the near future for Suffolk County? What's the one thing that you're kind of like working on or that the legislature is working on?
The number one thing I got to say is the sewer projects we have lined up for the Center Reach Selden area, which is phase 1. Phase 2 would be Quorum, and phase 2 would be Farmingville. Phase 3 would be Quorum. That alone is something that we thought we would never see here in the 4th LD. We're kind of buried here. We've been forgotten about because we're center of the island. We don't have coastal waterways. We don't have flooding. We don't have rising water tables. But what we have in these communities is Middle Country Road, which is the business hub of Suffolk County, from Huntington to Riverhead. Middle Country Road is the business area. You want to go to a certain business, you want to go to the mall, you want to go to the outlet, you take a Middle Country Road, and all the mom and pops, the pizzerias, the Home Depots, and whatever it may be. Look up and down Middle Country Road when you're driving. You'll see what we still need. We're a long way from where we need to be. We can have a legit downtown in Selden. We can have a legit downtown in Farmingville. We can bring businesses back to all 4 areas, Center Reach, Selden, Farmingville, Quorum. Quorum lost a Stop and Shop recently. That's a major supermarket chain. Yeah. And a lot of these people in Quorum don't have the resources. They don't have the transportation to drive all the way to Selden or to Farmingville or to wherever they have to go now to relocate to get their groceries. So with these sewers, we're going to entertain bringing in more businesses, more shopping centers, more sit-down restaurants. We have plenty of fast food restaurants, but think about how many sit-down places do we have?
Exactly.
We have Texas Roadhouse. So we want options. We want more options here, and the sewers will bring those options. Sewers will bring up everybody's value of their homes, because we're going to bring in more businesses. We're going to really create a downtown Selden. The projection now is from everywhere from Evergreen to Blue Point Road, which would be the main hub. Where Riley Fibbers is now.
Yes.
That whole row. And look how many buildings are for sale there, or empty or vacated. It's just we have a great potential. Across the street, we have a lot of lots up for sale right now. We can. I've been working with Councilman Neil Manzeller to identify where we could put a community parking lot. And we narrowed down a couple different spots. And in the meantime, in the meantime, we still have these businesses coming in like Chick-fil-A and Shake Shack and the new dental place, and we have Gala Fresh, I believe it's opening up in Center Reach. We are doing everything we can. All our levels of government are working together. That's another unique thing about Suffolk County, particularly here in the 4th LD. Our county, town, and state representatives work very closely together to make sure we're bringing everything we possibly can to our constituents, to our residents, to our families, our personal families, your families. You know, we want this place to be someplace we're proud to say we lived and raised our families. We want the school district to be fine. We want safer streets, right? We want corridors that are safe for our pedestrians and our commuters and nice to look at.
Sure.
We don't want blight. We don't want overgrowth. We don't want weeds. We don't want dilapidated buildings. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want skyscrapers. I don't want any 4-story buildings here. I don't want that. So we have a vision, and with sewers will make that vision come to light. And we're very excited about that, really.
Yeah. I don't think people realize it. They think, oh, it's just moving water. But like you said, if you want to nice sit-down restaurant with a certain amount of tables, you have to have sewers.
That's correct. We have to be able to accommodate the waste capacities. Like we have Cafe Amici's, which I know is a nice sit-down place. Everybody goes to that place. But their sewer issues, the cesspool issues are a constant problem. Yeah. And we have to eliminate those problems. And it's safer for us, folks. You know, that water isn't leaching down into our aquifer. You know, the nitrogens and whatever may be flushed down anyone's toilet, it goes into our aquifer. Sewers will eliminate that. Sewers collects everything. It goes to a sewer treatment plant. It gets treated. The sludge gets trucked away. The remaining stuff goes back into the recharge basins, which recharges our aquifer. You know, so it's an environmental thing. It's an economic thing. You know, so it's an environmental, social environmental developmental thing that's going to be fantastic, and we are. I'd like to say we're a few years away, but probably a little bit longer than that. Everything takes time in government. We now, with the 8% sales tax that we approved, that the county approved last year, overwhelmingly, an eighth of that goes to water quality and only water quality. It's a lockbox. It can't go to salaries. It can't go to anywhere else. That's for water quality, and sewers is a big part of that, and the AI systems, which is the alternative well, I can't even say the word now. Innovative. Okay. Thank you. Alternative, innovative cesspool systems, which actually treat right there instead of a cesspool. It's like a sewer treatment plant in your cesspool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yes, and it's pretty expensive. That's why we have grant programs for homeowners and businesses to help out with that.
Sure.
But you know, that was the legislature in 2021. I think. Overreaching a little bit, making that's a little bit of a burden for those who want to put an extension on their house or whatever. Now they're required to change the whole cesspool system. That's something we may have to take another look at. But again, right now we have funding for grants in there, both from state, federal funding that, you know, if it's improving our waterways or our aquifer, then they're eligible for that. So at least we're helping them out.
Sure. Well, look, you do a lot for the community, but you also are very supportive of the library. And on behalf of everyone here who's at the library and our patrons, I thank you for everything that you do and all your support for libraries.
One of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Our libraries. I'm kind of a library nerd. I never had such an appreciation for libraries as I've had over the last few years of my life. You know, my kids going to bringing my kids here when they were younger, and then seeing all the resources and how they have developed, how the libraries have evolved. It's not the libraries when we were a kid. I mean, look, we're doing a podcast right now from the library. It's designed now for our youth. We have the computer stations, we have the iPads. They can go downstairs and make music. They can do recordings. It's not. The libraries. There's a cafe downstairs.
There is a cafe.
Wonderful in the Center East location. And I sort of been going on my library tours. I toured Longwood, which was new to me after January 1st. I toured recently Comswag, of course, Sachem. I've had Sachem Library in my district for quite a while. So now you think about Middle Country, we have Sachem. Those are two of the biggest libraries that there are. And the work that you guys do for our communities, and folks, if you don't know, take a look. the services they provide, from trunk or treat to the outdoor music to the kids programs here. Bring your kids to the library. If you're looking for something to do, rain or shine, there is something to do at this library that'll keep your kids entertained for hours. Yeah. And they have the staff here. They're so accommodating. They'll help. They'll point you in the right direction. They'll give you different ideas, interests. You know, you have the movie night, the outdoor movie night, which I help sponsor that too. We love it. But let's talk about Under the Stars.
Under the Stars.
Music.
Yes, because in a couple of weeks we are kicking it off, and this again is supported by the Suffolk County Department of Economic Development Planning grant, sponsored by Legislator Caracappa. The show starts at 7 p.m. and we have 3 coming up this year.
Three outstanding.
Three amazing bands.
We have something for everyone.
Yeah, we have Tuesday, July 8th is that 70s band. So that's right up my alley.
If you haven't seen them, it doesn't matter. Everyone, you come, I guarantee you're singing along, you're bopping along. You know the words to these songs. You've been to enough weddings. You're my age. You're sitting in the back of your parents' car. You know these songs well,
exactly.
And you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
Just watching the people having a good time is the reason to show up.
Yeah. So they're gonna do dance, disco, funk. Bands like the Commodores, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Earth, Wind and Fire, Bee Gees, Village People, the Tramps, and more. So they do all those types of songs there.
Good, so feel-good music. They just get your blood pumping and your feet moving.
Exactly. And now July 29th, which is also a Tuesday, again, 7 o'clock. Now, this is a huge band.
Big.
This is gigantic, this band. I think the last time they came, we had, 750 or 800 people.
We had over 1,000.
Over 1,000 people showed
Over 1,000 of our country fans turned out for Southbound.
Southbound, yeah.
Yes, they have a following. You can come and you right before the show. There's a line dancing.
That's right.
A little instruction.
Yeah.
And you see it, and people love it. The country has really come a long way here in Suffolk County. In the last few years, and it's got me. I caught the bug. Going to the amphitheater, seeing all those major country shows, and seeing everybody come out. It's just a thing here, and it's a beautiful thing. It's new for me. It's new.
Yeah.
Some people love country for years. I couldn't. I wouldn't even like it. I'm not listening to that. It's not the country music from way back either.
It's changed a bit.
You listen to it now. It tells. Every song tells a story.
Exactly.
Right. It's it's interesting when you listen to it, and it touches you in different ways. But Southbound coming, you will be up on your feet. You'll be line dancing.
Exactly.
And the lead singer, I believe, he's a local guy. He's a teacher here in our district. So we're looking forward to.
It's July 29th, and I didn't realize they opened for Keith Urban and Charlie Daniels. Those are 2 huge, gigantic people in the country world. So
Southbound is no joke, folks.
They are no joke, yeah. And then finally, Wednesday, August 13th, is Common Ground, and they are an 80s band playing for the MTV generation.
Let me tell you, this one is really meaningful to me because I know everybody in this band. I follow them around. They're friends of mine. They have a great following as well, and let me tell you, if you're not singing along to every song that they sing, you've been locked away in a room somewhere and not listening to the radio, or you never had a record player back in the day. I'm like, what are records? Yeah, well, records are those vinyl things that turn into CDs, and now you just download everything. But
exactly.
But this group, John LaCourte, and I went to school and we graduated Newfield High School together, and they're a bunch of locals, and they formed this band. They've been together for years, and I am really looking forward to bringing back local talent to a local stage right here at the library, and that's very meaningful on many different levels. So we're looking forward to all 3 of these shows. So much talent coming to our library, to our communities, and we deserve this. Quite frankly, we've never really had this in our area, and I'm so proud and delighted to partner up with the Middle Country Public Library. Sophia, what a wonderful director she is.
She is.
She's so cognizant. She's so tuned into our community. Ryan, another great guy. I mean, I can go one by one. I can name everybody, including yourself. I just really enjoy working with you and all the work you do, and we're constantly here doing different things. We announced a $20 million set aside for the sewer planning right here at the Middle Country Library here in Center Reach. We got together for it's 2 community meetings on that very same thing. The planning, the community came out in droves. put their ideas forward, what they wanted to see, and it was really helpful. Their thoughts, their ideas, actually, some of it made it into the overall the ending design plan. So yeah, the public library, I'm all in. I'm a supporter. I also support, if you don't mind, a shameless
absolutely.
plug, the Greater Middle Country Chamber of Commerce. I team up
Definitely.
with them, and through the same grant money, we are now doing music in the park, a brand new, beautiful park in Selden. Right on Borough Road in Hawkins. You can't miss it. What a beautiful, beautiful complex. What a hub for our community. We do music in the park. This year we're doing another two concerts. Again, we're doing one in July, and that is on July 22nd. So none of these are bumping into each other.
Exactly,
we just have a nice lineup of music. And that's going to be Wondrous Stories, and that's a 70s and 80s progressive rock band.
Nice.
Yeah, they perform all over the island, some of the major venues here on the island. They have a great following. I don't think I've ever heard them, but the reviews they get from everyone I talk to, I'm really looking forward to this show. Again, it's free of charge, folks. Bring your chair, come out, pick a spot, enjoy some great music under the stars. It's a great night. And then Wednesday, August 26th, guess who's coming back? Southbound. That's right. That's right. We're going to get a double shot of Southbound.
Very nice.
So that speaks volumes about the impact they have on our community, the following they have in our community. And they come from all over, folks. It's not just coming from Southern Thunderbridge area. They travel.
Oh, yeah.
They have their shirts, and they sell their swag.
Yeah.
It's an amazing following. We're so looking forward to, we're back into the summer months. This is my happy time. I'm a huge, Suffolk County Parks guy. Visit our Suffolk County parks, whether the beaches or Cathedral Pines or South Haven Park, Mashut, Smiths Point. I said, we just have the best campgrounds. We have the best beaches. We have the best trails. Come out, be a part of that. Take advantage of it. We're county residents. It's all yours.
It's fabulous.
Yeah, people come from all over. Now, I'm not just going to say all over New York. They come from all over the country, even the world, to see what we have here. Our Hamptons, they come from all over. We have the best villages and towns, even from east to west. Huntington Village, Northport Village, Centerport Village. You got Babylon Village, and you just keep coming into Patchogue, right? Keep going east.
It's great.
We have Port Jeff Village. We have in North, South, Middle Island. We have. You can do a 2-week vacation here and not see nearly enough.
Exactly.
I can tell you what. We're blessed to be here in Suffolk County, and I'm so thankful to be here with you today. And
absolutely.
We can brag about it a little bit, talk about it, enlighten some people. So I'm all in, as you can tell. I'm a full-time Suffolk County Legislator. It's considered a part-time job, but take a look at my social media page, Legislator Nick Caracappa, or go to my personal page, which we plan to share at Nicholas Caracappa, I should say, Nicholas Caracappa. On Facebook, tune in. I always give updates on what's going on. So if you want, information on what's going on in our community, you can go to, what's the website here, Middle Country?
MCPLibrary.org.
Okay, or you can go check out our social media page, or you can call us at our office anytime. If you need assistance, 631-854-9292, 631-854-9292. That is our office. You need guidance, you need help, you need assistance in any way, shape, or form, folks. That's why we are here. We're here to serve you, and we're looking forward to doing that for many years to come.
Nick Caracappa, it was a great pleasure having you on the show today, and I'm definitely going to have you back because we could probably keep talking for another hour if you wanted to. About all the great stuff. And it's always wonderful to see you. It's always great, all the things that you do for us here at the library and for our community. And
back
I
at
greatly thank you.
Completely back at you. Thank you for having me today. This has been fantastic. We're going to shake hands because there is a camera here, so we're going to show that we love each other here. It's a great partnership, and that's what it really, truly is. It's a partnership. And it's a strong one, and it's a productive one for our community.
Absolutely.
So, all right.
Definitely. And thank you all for watching and listening. If you want to listen to older episodes or read our show notes, visit our website, mcplpodcast.com. If you watched on YouTube, hit the like button. This was fantastic. You should hit the like button for Nick. Come on. And also hit subscribe because we have great stuff coming up over the summer here on the channel. So for Nick Caracappa, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. See you on the next show.
Thanks, Sal. Take care, everybody.